What's going on, Chicago Sky fans? We got a game to talk about. The Chicago Sky like to make us sweat. Welcome to Chicago Sky Central. I'm the host, Haize, here. But we're going to get into it. We're also going to talk about some news from around the world of the NBA. The All-Star reserves were announced. We'll get into that. Some other things going on with the WNBA, but mainly we'll be talking about our Chicago Sky pulling out a victory over the Connecticut Sun. We'll get into all that and more of today's Chicago Sky Central.
Welcome to Chicago Sky Central, and here's your host, Haize.
All right, Sky fans. So first up, let's jump into the news from the WNBA. We got first the All-Star reserves were announced. The All-Star game going down in Chicago, so make sure you guys are tuned in for that one. But the All-Star reserves, Ariel Atkins, Kahleah Copper, Skylar Diggins-Smith, Darcia Hambry, Natasha Howard, Ryan Howard, Brianna Jones, Jewel Lloyd, Emma Mieseman, Reich, Elisa Thomas, and Courtney Vandersloot. Now, that means that the Chicago Sky add 3 more All-Stars to us. And considering how well the Sky have been playing, the Sky are ranked in the top of the WNBA in every team statistical category, just about. And because of that, it makes sense. We're the defending champions. Everything makes sense. We should be having a huge number of All-Stars, and I'm glad to see the Chicago Sky very well represented, and especially considering the All-Star game is going down in Chicago. So let me know what you guys think on that down below. If you let any snubs or anything that you think came out from this the All-Star voting now, I will say this. The fact that Kesley Mitchell wasn't announced, Alicia Gray, Della Don, those are just some people that I just kind of expected to be there. It kind of is what it is there. But let me know what you guys think down below on that. But let's go ahead and get into the next one. Tina Charles has now officially signed for the rest of the season with the Seattle Storm, who are currently 11-7, and they're in 4th place in the WNBA overall. This is going to be major for them. How things change. I still see the Aces as the biggest competition for the Chicago Sky. I think we're on a path for the WNBA Finals, but you can't ignore the Seattle Storm and what they could mean in the addition of Tina Charles, who's averaging 17.3 points per game, 7 rebounds a game, 2 assists per game. Listen, it's not going to be easy. We need to be aware that it's not going to be easy. They're going to make it very interesting for the WNBA as a whole, as Tina Charles does join and creates another new super team, in my opinion, down in with the Seattle Storm, pairing with Sue Bird, trying to get Sue Bird maybe a title on her way out heading into retirement with the WNBA. So be on the lookout for those things. But that's it for the news. Let's jump into this game. First of all, the Chicago Sky sure know how to make us sweat. They had a 22-point lead, I believe, going into the first half. That lead got whittled all the way down to single digits, but the Sky were able to still pull this victory out, winning this game overall by 8 points. We had a huge game from Candace Parker, who Candace Parker balled 7-11 overall from the field, 4 for 5 from three-point range, 7 for 7 from the free throw range, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 blocks, 25 points from Candace Parker. Listen, Candace heard some of the players who wanted who thought she shouldn't be on that WNBA team. Well, she's got some things to prove. We've been saying all season, I've been saying all season, how Candace Parker just comes in and she does her job. She does whatever's needed out there for the court for the Chicago Sky, and she started this game off with the 3 and was on fire the whole game. 3 turnovers as well from Candace Parker. Quickly also chipped in 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and Vandersloot only with 9 points in this game, but 6 assists, 6 turnovers as well, which is surprising from her. And then Kahleah Copper. Why do I always say Cooper? I think my mind's just wired to say Cooper. Kahleah Copper with 15 points in her first game back from injury. She was 5 for 9 overall from the field, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, stuffing that stat sheet, playing the way that we needed her play. We even got Azurá Stevens with 10 points off the bench, and Gardner as well as chipping in 10 points off the bench as well for the Chicago Sky. Listen, the depth of the Chicago Sky can't be messed with at all. Listen, this game, a very interesting game. The fact that it was in the middle of the day as well, just the midday games in the WNBA, in the middle of the week, a Wednesday 12 p.m. start time for me here in the Eastern time zone, just wild. Like, why? Who did the scheduling and decided that, right? But the Sky playing great defense in that first half, just suffocating defense in that first half. But Jones and Thomas came on for the Connecticut Sun, both chipping in 23 and 24 points respectively, really kind of just doing everything on that one. So as well, they got 18 points off the bench as well. But Jonquel Jones, listen, she played her butt off in this game, leading the Connecticut Sun with 24 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 steals, 2 blocks, just balling. And Brianna Jones as well, chipping in those 18 points off the bench, coming in 18 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block. Now, the Sky are doing something that we have been on the lookout for. Over the last couple of games, they got that together, but again, being outscored in the third quarter in this game, 22-13, that's not going to cut it. Now, they were outscored as well in the fourth quarter, but by that point, the lead was enough. They did enough to continue holding on to the lead, but that's after the Chicago Sky scored 55 points. 55 points in the first half. Like, whatever's going on with these third quarters and these lapses, they need to get that under wraps for sure, because we don't want to see them, especially as we get towards better competition, things like that. We do not want to see the Chicago Sky continue to have quarters like this or halves like this. But even though they lost the second half overall, they still win the game. Did enough in this game. Just a fun game to watch. Even though Sloot did not have the impact scoring wise that she did, she made some gorgeous passes out there. Some really key defensive plays as well. Steals that just got easy buckets on the other end. And that's the thing that separates the Chicago Sky. As I said before, the Sky seeming like they're on a collision course in several different ways with the Aces. We still got the Commissioner's Cup game against them coming up on the 27th or the 26th of July. So all those things being on the docket and coming up for the Chicago Sky. But listen here. The depth of this team is amazing. And while they didn't go super deep in this game, we even got to see Lee show up in this game. She only played 3 minutes, didn't get any shots off, anything like that, but she did grab 2 rebounds in her 3 minutes on the court. Still don't understand why they don't use her more. Even Mieseman, why they don't go at her a little bit more. She only got 4 shots in this game. Those are the type of things that you want to see fix themselves. Not necessarily with Lee, but especially with Mieseman. Just, what she comes in this with, and we know what she's able to do. We want to see her get a little bit more. She's averaging 13 points per game on the season, but you wanted to see her get a little bit more shots, because that woman can ball. But overall, just a good game. It's good to see our Chicago Sky still winning 14-5 right now, 7-2 from home. This is actually one of their best starts at the halfway part of the season in any season that Chicago Sky have been around. Now, we know we still got the second half of the season coming, so it's not going to get we're not in the playoffs quite yet. We still got quite a bit of games left to play on the schedule, but the Chicago Sky, listen, they just get the job done. And that's one of the things that's fun about this team. That's one of the things that's just exciting. And WNBA basketball is exciting anyway. Anybody who doesn't understand the importance and the fun that WNBA basketball is, I feel sorry for them, because they're missing quite a career from these women and these ladies playing out there and the heart that they're able to play with. To get back to the game itself, the Connecticut Sun shot the ball 40% overall, 31% from 3, while the Chicago Sky 59% overall from the field and 50% from 3. I think they only missed 4 shots in the first half of the game. Also hit 100% of their free throws. This is good. Winning the rebounding battle by 2, winning the turnover battle. Actually, they lost the turnover battle by a lot. Wow. The Chicago Sky 22 turnovers to only 4 turnovers from the Connecticut Sun. Need to definitely see that tighten up as well. Hopefully we do. We continue to see that. But the Chicago Sky are just having a great season. There's not much that you can really take away from what they've been doing this season. They lead the league in a lot of categories. They're second in the league, first in scoring at 85.4 points per game. They are fourth in the league in rebounds per game. We lead the league in field goal percentage. We're third in the league in blocks per game. Like, come on. Lead the league in free throw percentage as well. The Sky are doing what needs to be done. They're just playing great team basketball out there, and that's the biggest thing. That's what's important in this game to see from the Chicago Sky. And just doing the things that need to be done. Candace Parker gets her 1,500th career assist on a dish to Kahleah Copper in this game. Listen, come on. The woman's had one of the best careers in WNBA history. Sure, Fire Hall of Famer, we would think. This can't be the last season for Candace Parker, right? This can't be the last season. Probably is the last season, though. But it's good to see her having a good season, having the stat stuffing season that we know Candace Parker can have and contribute. And that's it. Like, this has been a really fun season so far for the Chicago Sky, the defending champion Chicago Sky. Make sure you put some respect on the name as we head into the All-Star game, which is coming up not too long from now. Can't wait to get into the All-Star game. The All-Star game going down in Chicago. Make sure you guys are there because it's going to be a fun one. So yeah, All-Star game July 10th. It airs on ESPN and ABC and the ESPN app. So make sure you guys are tuned in for that because I'll probably even go live after that, depending on what else is going on. But this was just a great game from our Chicago Sky. They got some things they need to work on, some things that we definitely need to see and want to see them tighten up as we get ready for the rest of the season. We're gearing up for the second half of the season. It's not going to be easy. The Sky are going to have targets on their back. Absolutely. We're going to get the best from teams, but we can't continue to make it easy on them by the slacking off, the bad third quarters, the bad second halves, the turnovers like this. We need to play with intensity. And maybe they let their foot off the gas. They had such a lead. They were completely outworking the Connecticut Sun, but you can't let them get back in the game like that when you were winning by that much. Now, the Connecticut Sky aren't a bad team at all. They are 13-7 on the season, but still, the Sky should have won this game more handedly. But we worked our magic down the stretch. We did enough to still pull out this game. Let me know what you guys think about the game. Who are some of the players that stood out to you in this game? Candace Parker just had an all-time great game, in my opinion, and a big reason why we were able to seal that victory. But thank you for tuning in. Make sure you're following the show as well at Chicago Sky Pod on every social media platform, which is just Twitter so far that we're on. You can also send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, ChicagoSkyPod@gmail.com or ChicagoSkyCentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave us a text and or voicemail, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. Thank you for tuning in to Chicago Sky Central. I'm the host, Haize. I'll see you lovely and beautiful people some point this week. We'll see. I may be live for the next game. We'll get into that then. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.